considering your presence now. You are much more numerous than from above. Thank you very much for coming. You're not coming for me, I know. But you're coming from His Holiness, and you're coming for the Tibetan people. And thank you for that. So I want to say very official things, and after I'd be free to tell you why I was coming to talk. Official thing is, or are, important also, because we want to tell the people, and the European people mainly, that Tibet is undergoing a very, very difficult time at this moment. And I feel that the people all over Europe, and especially all over Europe, should send a very strong message to the Tibetan people and also to the Chinese government. And this is the reason why I wanted to speak today here. We are European people, and especially here in Vienna, in this very particular place, where long time ago it happened what it happened. We are in charge of human rights all over the world, but especially coming from this place and coming today in the presence of His Holiness, the Dalai Lama. And now, I want to tell you why a non-religious people, I'm not religious at all, why a human rights fighter answer to the demand, to His Holiness demand today. First, the Dalai Lama, I met him since 25 years, and we were together in several occasions, and it was always a fantastic souvenir to work with him, to be close to the people with him. And I never seen such a man so close to understand the people, so close to live with the people. And that friendship deserves, of course, to accept all the demand coming from His Holiness. He is my friend. This is the main reason. But the second reason is that it is no longer true what the Chinese used to say. Because when we were talking about human rights, always our Chinese friends, and it happens that I've been a foreign minister, and this is not exactly the same being a foreign minister and being an activist, unfortunately. And so the Chinese were always accusing us to be close to a theocracy. And that was the argument. And I'm very serious on that, but it's so evident. First, that facing 1,300,000,000 people, the 6 million of Tibetans are not a threat at all. And this is ridiculous to say so, more than ridiculous. This is a fantastic political mistake in the interest of the Chinese people. Don't have to say all over there is a threat coming from the Tibetan. And what about theocracy? I met with the people, and you will listen to the Prime Minister in some minutes. So I visited Dar es Salaam 2 or 3 months ago, and I met with the Prime Minister and with the government, 6 people elected apart from inside the parliament, and the parliament was elected also. And His Holiness the Dalai Lama is no longer in charge of politics at all. So there is no more theocracy. And when they were asking for a sort of movement, a change in the Tibetan let's say, the head of Tibetan or the government of Tibet. It has been done, and nobody discovered the magnitude of this change. His Holiness remain a religious leader. And not only the religious leader, we need to meet with them, to listen to them. But they are making, and particularly His Holiness, making progress. It was so difficult when he was visiting a country to meet with the Prime Minister or the President or the Minister of Foreign Affairs, etc. Today and yesterday, His Holiness was received by the Chancellor and the Minister of Foreign Affairs and everybody. And this is a huge success, facing the stupidity. Because there is a secular government, and no longer no way to theocracy. We have to be very clear on that. It's a great change. And now I want to tell you my deep feeling. Talking about Tibet is talking about people, oppressed people. And if you are reading all the report and the relation coming out from all the human rights organizations, from Amnesty to the Tibet or the UN people, it's easy to discover the way they are oppressed. When I was in Dharamsala, I was listening to the people just crossing with very, very great difficulties the border. They came to India and they told us that they were unable to breathe there, that the food was difficult to get, that the oppression was a daily oppression against the families of Tibetan. And you know the occupation by the Chinese people. So, to launch a great movement of solidarity with the Tibetan people was a need. And that's why I really thank you for being here today. So, don't forget what I told you about politics. Because again, the politicians update the people, this is normal. We also need China. We also want to be close to China for very good reason and less good reason. But the main argument is over. There is a democracy in Tibet. And this is a government in exile, but the government in exile is no longer, let's say, closed. We have to meet with them. We have to be close to a normal government. And a part of that, there is a religion. And the real battle I want to be with you because of your engagement is the battle for freedom of religion. This is impossible even when you are not a religious people, even when, like me, you are not believing. I'm not a believer at all, but I'm a believer for the freedom of religion. And this is nothing more important than being against this absolute impossibility to feel free to believe in a particular Tibetan religion. This is the fight. And you are in charge of that, and we are all in charge of that. Even and more the non-believer. So, thank you very much. And I have also to say 3 words for the rest. And this is very important because it was the reason why this rally has been organized. So, 3 points must be underlined in Europe. First, we want to urge the European governments to address the repressive politics in Tibet towards the Chinese government. And all of you, coming from all the European nations, you have to send letters and to say publicly, to go public, to urge the European government to do that. Second, I believe that the EU delegation must go to Tibet freely. EU delegation of good people, not of only friends of Tibet. People discovering themselves what is the reality of Tibet. So it needs also Oh, he's brave because he's alone. Okay, please. So the third position is, and the third demand is coming from the EU, European Union, a special coordinator for Tibet. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for your presence and your fight.